Tonight is the start of the new month, the month of Aviv, which is also, according to the Bible, according to the story of Exodus, the first month of the year. So Rosh Hashanah, happy head of the year. Happy New Year's, everyone. Some people might say, but wait a minute, Rosh Hashanah is in the 7th biblical month. It's in the month of Tishri. Well, there are at least a minimum of 4 New Years that are mentioned in the Bible. There's the New Year's for the liturgical New Year's, the New Year's for the people, and then there's the New Year's for the kings, which that would be the later Rosh Hashanah, the one in Tishri. There's also the New Year for the trees. That was about 3 months ago, or 2 months if it was not a leap year, I think, but it is a leap year. And there's also the New Year's for the animals. So there's lots of New Year's in the Bible. But the actual counting of the months, of what is the first month, it is this month that we're just now entering at sunset tonight. And the name in the Bible for this month is Aviv. Now, later, after the Babylonian captivity, the Judeans referred to it by the Babylonian name, which is Nisan. So the original biblical Hebrew name for the month is Aviv. The modern Hebrew name for the month is Nisan, based on the Babylonian name for the month. Now, you might say, but wait a minute, today is April 1st. Isn't it April Fool's Day? Well, yes, but if you actually research April Fool's Day and you find out the history of it, what it was, and it's quite easy to know this history, it's been out there for a long time, and that is that what they say is that, oh, well, the old New Year's used to be on April 1st, but then when we changed it to January 1st, that the people then made fun of the fools who still celebrate it on April 1st. That is the old saying. Now, but then if you research it, okay, which calendar had around March/April as the start of the new year? The biblical calendar, okay? And then which calendar had changed to January? The pagan Roman calendar. Okay, so what you got here is you got pagans making fun of followers of God. You got people who don't follow God making fun of and playing pranks on people who choose to continue to follow God as opposed to following the ways of man, the ways of earth. So those who follow the Spirit are getting made fun of and called fools and getting pranks played on them. So there's this very anti-Bible and anti-God aspect to April Fool's Day. So I recommend not playing pranks on people on April Fool's Day. It's probably not a good idea biblically to do that. Now, of course, the biblical calendar does not line up with the Gregorian calendar. It changes a little every year. And so it's not necessarily always on April 1st, but as you can see, it's usually around it. And this year it happens to be on April 1st. So that's a little history of the biblical New Year's. And since that is tonight, it's important to start off by mentioning that. So happy New Year's to everyone. I hope you have a blessed New Year where you are the head and not the tail. There's oftentimes a representation of New Year's, biblical New Year's, is a fish. You're the head, not the tail. That's to say, I wish you a good and prosperous New Year.